Solar retinopathy, pterygium, and cataracts are the three most common problems that can come from either looking directly into the sun or overexposure to UV rays. None are good, and all are a testimony to the power of the sun. We've all walked out of a dark building or shady area into bright sunlight, so we know how overwhelming it can be. Now imagine that exponentially, and we might begin to comprehend the idea of seeing God face to face. Several religious songs sing about seeing God's face, but are either futuristic with the view of seeing God in eternity, Revelation 22 verse 4, or figurative, because the Bible clearly says man cannot see God and live, Exodus 33 verse 20 and John 1 verse 18. This was revealed when Moses began begging to see God's glory in Exodus 33:18, which prompted God to tell Moses he could know God's character, verse 19, but follow that with a blunt declaration of the impossibility of seeing God face to face in verse 20. Yet Moses, Aaron, Nadab, Abihu, and 70 elders had dined with deity and lived, Exodus 24 verses 9 through 11. And in Exodus 33:11, we're told that Yahweh spoke to Moses face to face, just as a man speaks to his friend. And that was before Moses begged to see God's glory. Plus, others were given visions of God, Isaiah, Ezekiel, and Daniel, to name a few. How do we resolve this seeming contradiction? God said Moses couldn't see him face to face and live. No man could. But Moses and others had visions of God. The answer is quite obvious. God was revealing himself in an accommodating form that they could see, but none of them, not even Moses, saw God in his true form. Otherwise, they would have died. If not, why was Moses begging to see God's true form a few weeks later? It's quite clear that the face-to-face like a friend of Exodus 33:11 was close and personal, but not a full revelation of God's self, God's being, and Moses knew it. God agreed to grant him a closer view there on Mount Sinai, but even then all he saw was a declaration of the character of God and an afterglow, as in Exodus 33 verse 21 through 34 verse 7. That and other indirect contacts caused his face to shine, Exodus 34:30, but not from direct exposure. For all that grand glory granted to Moses, it was nothing compared to what was coming in the Christ. In Jesus, we see God unveiled, John 14:9, and we are transformed into his glorious image, 2 Corinthians 3:18. We just have to let the sun, S-O-N, of truth burn away our self-delusions and open our eyes to the true nature of God. It will hurt, but it's worth the pain. Well, hopefully these morning minutes in the Bible aren't painful and are worth your time. Until tomorrow, I'm James McClenny, hoping you have a great day.